Hello people, in this lecture we're going to start building our category module. But before we get started, let's improve our code. Our layout here is getting bigger and bigger. Let's put this script in a separated view. Let's create a new view here in shared. Let's say it is empty. Let's say toaster. Copy this script, place it here, and now you can call partial and the name of the partial, that is toaster. And that's it. If you test, you'll see that it will be working in the same way. Now let's create the controller for category. Let's create a new controller. Let's say category controller. And now it will have the same endpoints as our users controller has. Let's copy it. Let's copy this and let's change it. Instead of users controller, let's say category controller. Delete the constructor. Delete the constructor. Import from automapper. Create a read-only field for our category repository. Select both and quick actions. Generate constructor. Here, instead of user repository, every place that we have a user word, let's replace it with a category. Replace all. We don't have a category VM at the moment. Let's use the entities. Alright, a category was deleted successfully. An error occurred with the operation. Let's create a category VM. Category VM will have basically the same properties as the entity has. Let's go here to category. And it will just have an ID and a name at the moment. The name is required. The field name is required. Okay, let's import from our view models. Let's change where the errors are. And I think our controller is already good now. Let's create an index view. Let's go to our users and copy the users. But if you see, we are using the scripts for our data table in multiple places. Let's place it at just one place. Let's create a partial view for our data table. Let's add it empty. Let's say data table. Put this underscore in front of it so we know that this is a partial view. Copy these scripts, and instead of saying user stable, let's say every place that we has an ID for data table, we will use a data table. Let's go to our users, and here instead of users table, we change it to data table. And let's call our partial. The name of it is data table. Let's copy our link to the CSS as well, place it before the scripts, and everything should be working as it was working before. Let's now implement this data table in our category view. Instead of all these properties, we'll just have the name of the category, and later on the course, we will be able to display the dishes that belongs to this category. List categories, and this is enough for displaying our categories. Let's copy the edit view as well. Instead of user VM, it will be our category VM. Instead of edit user, change every where we're saying user, change it to category. Let's see if everything is working as we expect. Go to our admin, go to categories, list. I misspelled the controller. I said category. Yeah. We are using it's in plural. So let's change it. You have to be solid with the name of the controllers, the entities. If you are using singular or plural, go to list of categories, enable to resolve the category repository. We did not add the category repository as a service. Let's go here and let's add the other repositories. Let's add the category repository, the dish repository, and the order repository as well. So we don't have to add this every time we want to use it. Let's go to our categories list. We don't have a category right now. Let's create a category. We'll just have a name. Let's say food. Everything will be food. Let's say Italian. Let's save it. Here we have an exception saying that we didn't add this custom mapping for our categories. Let's do it. Let's go to our helpers, mapping profiles, and create map. And now we can use the reverse map category to category VM. And here we can call reverse map. So we map it from both sides. Let's go to our admin again. Let's create a category. Let's say Italian, save. Now we have our categories. We can edit it. We can edit again to let Italian. We can create a new one and say blah blah. The operation occurred successfully. Let's delete it. And everything is working with categories. And that's it for this lecture. See you again.